I'm gonna get you this ring as a symbol of my love. A symbol of my love. Guys, niggas really do come and go, yes? Like, they really do. Nothing that's meant for you will miss you, and I know that people say that, but like, that's a fact. Let's get into the start of the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, actually. Okay, I already did my brows. So I guess we'll just chat a little bit about some stuff. So anyway guys, how have you guys been? Like, I'm just basically chilling. The weather right now in Cape Town is actually not cute, not elegant. Like, nothing's grand in Cape Town weather-wise. But other than that, you know, I've had a pretty good weekend. My man and I went on a little shopping date yesterday to get some stuff for the crib, for me, for him, you know, all that jazz. So that's pretty much all that I've been getting up to. I'm going to use my Switch Beauty palette, but I'm going to try to incorporate some colors from my Beauty Treats palette, only because I haven't really featured it much on my channel, but it is something that I do use every now and again. So I'm just going to be using that peachy shade to transition with. And don't mind my brushes, because honestly, just stay out of my business, okay? Drink your water and stay out of my brushes business, okay? Okay, and then after that shade, I'm gonna dip into my pink shades from my Switch Beauty palette. So those two I'm gonna dip into. Like, literally no one told us that adulting is this hard. Like, for instance, I know we've had this chat, or not we as in me and you, but we as in a society of 20 somethings, we've had this chat. Like, can someone please explain to me why no one told me that I would have to live this life as an adult for 40, 60 plus years? I'm gonna have to figure it out essentially for the next 50, 60 something years. And I feel like no one communicated that to any of us. And if you feel like someone did communicate that to you, I'm so happy for you. Like, I'm literally so happy for you. Moving on with that topic, actually, because it's actually making me super depressed and I don't feel like being depressed. Let's talk about boys. I feel like at this stage of my life, I'm so at a point where I'm so happy that I've actually gone through what I've gone through in terms of boys. And I'm going to say that with a pinch of salt, or with a grain of salt, only because, yes, fine, we've all had our fair share of boy drama, right? So everyone kind of knows that that species is a very challenging species, especially when, like, you're in varsity days. Like, honestly speaking, I'm not trying to say anything bad, but like, the level of maturity and the level of just like level ba bujent is not present in varsity niggas. So if you're in varsity and you're between the ages of maybe 20 and 25, please don't think that you're gonna find your soulmate in campus. And if you do, I'm so happy for you. Like, I am so happy for you if you found your soulmate in campus. For the rest of the people that I am talking to, you know what I'm talking about. So please, if you're like first year, second year, maybe even third year, and you're still thinking that you're gonna find your soulmate in campus, I'm here to debunk it, and I'm here to tell you that, babes, you might want to look somewhere else, okay? Oh, now, with the same brush, I'm gonna be dipping into that pink, which I'm almost hitting pan on, but it's basically like my favorite shade in this whole Beauty Treats palette. But anyway, if you think that your soulmate is in varsity, he probably could be, but he's not at the level at which you would like to meet him. Case in point, me and my man, okay? Like, I never met him in varsity. We didn't even go to the same varsity, right? But I know for a fact, in varsity, for myself at least, I was a proud member of the Hoes Life Commission and subsidiaries. So I was not even trying to find a man in varsity, but I did find a guy, and we dated for a year, or just less than a year, or just over a year, I can't even remember. But in the time that we were dating, he was from, okay, so I went to school in Bloemfontein. So he was coming from Kimberley, and he was gonna leave Bloem at the end of the year. So we said to each other, like, okay, like, me personally, I am definitely going back to Cape Town. Like, I'm never gonna live in Bloemfontein. That's no shade to Bloem. I love y'all, but like, there was not never a time of day where I was gonna stay in Bloem forever, like forever. Not for me. It's not who I am. No thanks. See you guys when I see you guys, type of thing. So when we met, that was very clear. Like, we were just like, nah, definitely this is just for us to have a something, you know, just a nice little campus something. He went to CUT, so it wasn't too far from where I was studying. So yeah, he went to CUT, and that was just that on that. So when we were coming out of varsity, it was never a thing of like, okay, now are we gonna be together or not? Like, keep it together. It was never a thing. Like, it was never that thing of like, we are now gonna be together. Like you know what it's about. So my point is that some people seem to think that coming from varsity, you have to have this nigga in your life forever. And then they get married, and then they figure out that actually the person that I was when I was 20 isn't the person that I am at 25, and isn't the person that I'm going to be when I'm 28, and isn't the person that I'm going to be when I'm 30. And if you don't grow with the person that you're with, and at the same time, that can lead to problems later on in your guys' relationship. And I'm gonna just make it as an example of, like, say for instance you were in varsity and you liked a certain guy, but what you liked of him then may not be what you like of him now. And I'm saying that to say this: people change, and that's okay. we really need to stop this thing of thinking that when you meet someone, you meet them as they are and that's who they are forever. People are allowed to change and people are allowed to grow out of love. And that's the other thing. Like, if you meet someone and you think that you're going to be with them forever, that's a cute thought to have. But at the same time, people forget that people are actually people who are able to change their minds about you, about the weather, about their lives, about anything. At any stage of life, like, people are allowed to change their minds, guys. And that's not to say that the person now just doesn't want, or you're not good enough for that person anymore, or you're not doing what the person loved anymore. Like, I don't know how I'm saying this, and I'm not sure if I'm even making sense. I'm probably not. But like, what I'm trying to say is that people need to stop this culture or this idea that when you meet someone and you fall in love with them, that person owes you now to be in your life forever, ever and ever. Amen. They actually don't. Like, people can actually change their minds about you, and that's okay. So what I'm essentially saying is, you can't expect people to be in your life forever. I know that obviously if you are married or something like that, but then even then, like, people that are married get divorced, guys. Like, I personally don't believe in divorce, but I believe in divorce if it's necessary for whatever unhealthy issue is going on. But like, I don't want that for myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like, pick carefully. If you're picking from the little boys that you're only seeing in varsity and you think that, oh, because you guys went to school together, you guys will be chat forever, it doesn't work like that. And it shouldn't. Like, you're young enough to actually go about your business, do whatever you want, fuck whoever you want, and keep it pushing. That goes for guys and girls, but like, I'm talking to my ladies right now because I know that it's very difficult navigating gents sometimes. And that's the question of like about situationships and about Vat Sit and all those things. Guys, if you're young and you don't have any like prior commitments, it's okay to have a situationship. Like, it's literally okay. I don't see why it's like such a big stress for people. They're like, oh, I wouldn't get into a situationship because the guy might make me a Popeye because he's not actually dating me. Sweetie, you actually can do that, and no one is gonna be, I mean, people obviously are always in each other's business, and like, that's why I don't personally tell people my business, because I just don't like when people are all up in my grill, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's also why I don't show my nigga that much. I mean, there are people that are on my channel who personally know my nigga, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not worried about people snatching him or whatever. Like, if you want to try, please try. And that's not to say I am the prettiest or I am the only one that he would ever want to be with. But like, please try me. Try me, see what happens. My grandmother taught me one thing once upon a time. She said, what did she say again? I can't even say it in Tswana now. But she basically was saying that people are in your life for a reason or a season, which is that sometimes you'll be with someone and they're there to teach you something about themselves, or they're there to teach you something about yourself. And once you've acquired that lesson and there's nothing else for that person to teach you, that person probably is likely not supposed to be in your life. And God will tend to take those people away. What I'm basically saying is, a nigga will come and go. Niggas come and go. Literally, if I fell for any of the niggas that I fell for in varsity, if I fell for them today, like, I would question my choices. Like, I'd just be like, what are you doing? Like, what value is this nigga adding to your life? Like, Please tell me, because I personally need to know. Like, if I was seriously dating the niggas that I was dating in varsity today, honey, I'd have to question my sanity and question my choices and how I'm choosing people, because wow. I actually wanted to say these things because I've been there, guys. I've been the girl that was running after niggas. I've been that. But you know what? When you're older, you learn better. You know better, you do better. Isn't that the saying? And quite frankly, I wish someone would have told me that there is other niggas after this nigga. Like, niggas can tell you anything that they think that you want to hear. But are you going to be the body that believes it? Are you going to be the one that just hears what the nigga says and then just jumps at it and just like, oh my god, he promised me everything, oh my god. Like the other day or last week, my boyfriend's friend had a housewarming party, and they were basically just talking about like promise rings and like should a nigga, oh actually that wasn't the conversation. The conversation was the fact that this other nigga doesn't wear his wedding ring. But I'm not gonna spill that tea. That is some tea. But I'm not gonna say anything. No judgments. We still care deeply about you, sir. If you watch this, please don't take this as shade. But he doesn't wear his wedding ring. We're talking, then we got on the subject of a promise ring and what do we think of a promise ring. My thoughts of a promise ring is that a promise ring is basically the nigga saying that I, in the next couple years, will be basically ready to marry you. I have two feelings about that. A, what a wonderful gesture, what a wonderful thing. But at the same time, I don't know if I want that. Like, I don't know if a promise ring is something that I personally would want to receive. Because for me, a promise is something that you are verbalizing and you're saying that in said couple years or whatever it is, I'll be able to do such and such. And for me personally, I don't know if I want a ring to stipulate that or if I want other actions to stipulate that. I'm more of an action type of person. I'm more of a, people can talk and 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 talk. But if there's no actions behind what they're saying, for me, you're just talking a lot, my G. And I would rather see something happening, or like a chat. Let's chat about the fact that you want to marry me, okay? Let's chat. So you want to marry me, and then can you afford to marry me is the question. Can you actually afford lobola? Can you actually afford for us to not be living at your, like, if we were, if say instance I was living at my parents' house and he was also living at his parents' house, can you afford? Or let me rather put it in practical terms. Like, if we are living at a certain lifestyle, can you afford for us to live and like a little bit of an upgraded lifestyle? Like, I don't mind where we are right now, but like, can we actually get to a point where in maybe say a couple years, if that's what we want, if we wanted to have kids in the next couple years, can we actually afford to do that if we were to get married? That's the kind of chat that I want to have. I don't want to chat about, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this little ring that I got at Cardi's or Claire or Lavisa. I'm gonna get you this ring as a symbol of my love. A symbol of my love. Yes, there's many symbols, guys. Or maybe I just don't understand the virtue of a promise ring. If you've ever had a promise ring and you're watching this video, please comment down below and tell me the process. So he got you the promise ring, then what? Like, was there action after the promise ring? That's my chat. Like, if the promise ring is just gonna come, now I'm gonna decorate my finger and I'm putting it on ring finger, and then people are gonna ask me, oh my god, cute ring, what is that for? Oh my god, it's a promise ring. Oh. That's where I'm gonna be looking at you low-key like, oh, okay, that's cute. If you're in your 20s, no matter where you are in your 20s, it's actually still okay to like do whatever the fucking thing that you want to do. Like, it's okay to do whatever you want, like, in your 20s. It's actually okay. Like, it's actually okay. Like, no one is gonna judge you. And if they do, they're literally judging themselves because they don't have the what's the word? They don't have the that thing. I'm gonna just do whatever I want and fuck whoever I want, and that's okay. Like, you actually can. I would. Guys, niggas really do come and go, yes? Like, they really do. And like, some of you guys act like that nigga is the only nigga. He's not. Have situationships, just date, guys, just date, literally date. Have all of the fun that you want to have while you can still have the fun that you are having. You know what I mean? Like, people are so scared to date, and just, you don't have to figure it out or have it figured out like in varsity, you know? But hey, man, I hope people understand what I'm trying to say and where I'm coming from. If you want Vat Sit, I want babes. And the people that are judging you are probably just wanting to do exactly what you're doing. So it's actually fine. I promise. This other guy, but I think when I started dating him, I wasn't dating him to date. Like, I was dating because I was mainly just bored. And I know that sounds horrible, but like, guys, I was 23. I was 23, man. And Yana, he was a guy that like, all of my friends were like, oh my god, he's amazing, oh my god, you should marry him, oh my god, he's so serious. And that for me was like pressure, and I felt like it was too much too soon. And like, the guy, Shame, he was a very nice guy. He still is a very nice guy. I know him very well. He's married now. But like, when we were dating, he says to me one day, oh, I just got an offer to work overseas, but I'm not gonna take it. You know, I looked at him like, wait, did he just say what I think he said? Like, he's not gonna take it? So he tells me that he's not gonna take the job because the job is in Australia. I was like, what do you mean you're not going to take the job? Why wouldn't you take the job? He was like, because you wouldn't be able to come with me. Guys, we're 23. Did he really think I was going to go with him anywhere in this world? Shame, he probably did, yes. That's cuck sad. Anyway, he was like, I'm not taking the job because then that would mean you and I would need to break up. And I was like, dog, like, are you for real? Like, you passing up a job in Australia because me and you are together? Like, what the fuck? Nonetheless, I broke up with him a couple months later. And that wasn't because I was being a bitch. That wasn't because of anything. I in my mind, I knew that him and I were not going to be together forever. Only because when I started dating him, I wasn't dating him because I was like, oh yeah, this will be great forever, forever, ever. No, I was dating to date. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's doing great now. I think, I don't know. He's married, so I guess. I'm basically just saying all of this to say this. Whatever you feel is the right move for you, please do it. Whatever you feel that, like, whatever sphere that relates to work, your friends, a boyfriend, where you live, anything. If you feel it in your gut and you feel like, I could actually do this, but you're stunted by something or the other, please just try to do it and just see if you could possibly do it, and if it's like a viable option for you before you write it off completely. Like, nothing that's meant for you will miss you, and I know that people say that, but like, that's a fact. Nothing that's meant for you is going to miss you, and it's hard when you're dealing with stuff and to put your mind into that situation where you're like, okay, whatever I'm having whatever this thing is right here, if I leave, or if I pursue my dreams, or if I pursue this opportunity, I'll lose this thing here. If this thing here was meant to be in your life forever, it will be. Trust. Oh, I killed it today though.